What's good, y'all? Y'all is in with Quan, you feel me? And in today's video, I have chapter 7 of 55 Ways to Stay Motivated in a Crisis and Increase Sales During Volatile Times by Jeb Blount. And this chapter 7 is DIG for Ponies. So without further ado, we finna get straight into it. It says, a major university set up a study to gain a better understanding of how people with optimistic and pessimistic mindsets handle abundance and scarcity. After an extensive search, they chose two 8-year-old boys to bring in the lab. The scientists set up rooms in the lab with one-way mirrors so that they could observe the boys without interfering. They filled the first room with fun toys, superhero action figures, and the latest video games. Everything an adolescent boy would love. Sheesh. As the first boy entered the room full of toys, his eyes lit up and a big grin crossed his face. He moved from toy to toy, playing with each for a moment before jumping to the next one. Soon, though, he was sitting in the middle of the floor whining. "I'm bored," he cried. "I don't even like these toys. They don't even get the right video games. There's no one to play with. I just want to go home." After watching the entitled little brat, who had been given everything, whine and cry, the researchers walked over to the room filled with manure. What they observed stopped them in their tracks. They were so shocked that they had to step back for a moment and catch their breaths. Inside the room, horse manure was flying through the air. The young boy was digging furiously through the pile of poop as fast as he could. He was covered in sweat and looked like a wild man. The researchers were curious about what was possessing him to dig through the pile of poop with such enthusiasm. They expected the normally optimistic boy would be upset and crying in the room full of manure, just as they had expected the pessimistic young man to experience a dramatic mindset shift when he was given a room full of toys. So one of the researchers opened the door to the room and tried to get the boy's attention, but no avail. The young man was so intent with digging that he ignored the researcher's pleas to stop. Finally, the researcher shouted at the top of his lungs, "Son, stop." The boy stopped and turned his head toward the researcher. "Young man, what in the world are you doing?" The boy looked at the researcher in the white coat as if the question was utterly ridiculous and said, "Look, I really don't have time to talk right now. You see this big pile of horse poop? I've got to get to the bottom of it fast because there's a pony in here somewhere. In a crisis, you can control your actions, reactions, and mindset. The rainmakers among us are already digging for ponies." I received that. Yeah, you can either dig for ponies or you can just be obnoxious. And you can be like the little boy that got everything but wasn't content with what he had and couldn't use his imagination. But y'all let me know what y'all think. That was chapter 7 of 55 Ways to Stay Motivated in a Crisis. Yeah, y'all been zinning with Quan, you feel me? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I love y'all. Anybody who's watching this far, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Peace.